My name's George. I live on the island of Mallorca. I'm from London. I've done many different things in my life. But however, the last 7 months, I've been fully focused on LifeWave. Some of you know about LifeWave. Some of you have met me. Some of you haven't. LifeWave, if you don't know LifeWave, you're in for a treat, because we have something that's really amazing. Quantum medicine that works with frequency using bio-nanocrystals. I know that's a long word. However, Chris Hatting, who some of you know, some of you don't know, I met him about 2 years ago, and we've worked on a couple of projects together, and I managed to get his attention, which is kind of how LifeWave has got into South Africa and is getting known every day a little bit more in South Africa. I want to say thank you to Chris for doing this call. Also, Sandy. I met Sandy about 2 years ago, and we got to know each other a little bit, and then a little bit more, and became friends again over Zoom, and developed a respect and a trust. And at some point, once Chris became enamored, let's say, of LifeWave, he told Sandy, and Sandy is going to take part in this presentation tonight. So what I could say, just a moment, I have something here which Chris sent me. Forgive me. So Sandy, that I didn't know, because when I met her, we talked about IT stuff. As she's been in the wellness industry for more than 20 years, loves helping people to achieve what they want. And in her life, LifeWave has made a huge difference to both her and her husband, and I'm sure she will tell us about it. So we're going to have a presentation. The presentation will talk about LifeWave, the products, but it will also talk about the LifeWave opportunity, which is just as powerful as the products. They're both as powerful as each other. Some people want one, some people want the other, some people want both. I recommend both. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, George. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're talking about age reversal here. Those of you that don't know me, I'm 74 years old. And let me tell you something, I'm feeling on top of the world for my age. Only joking, I'm nearly 50. But I must say, I'm nearly 50. I'm quite impressed with what this product has done for me the last 6 months. Absolutely blown away. People are making comments, the wrinkles and the gray hair and all that type of stuff. But otherwise, let's just jump straight in, and we're going to tell you all about this amazing new technology. Here we go, and slideshow from the beginning. And here we are. Right, so we talk about getting patched. Have you been patched? Somebody invited you onto the call this evening. You obviously heard the word patch, or you heard the word LifeWave. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, what is this? What is LifeWave all about? In a nutshell, it's affordable stem cell reactivation technology in the form of a patch. The LifeWave patches are formulated to activate your copper peptide, which then reactivates your own stem cells. So it's nothing that is coming into your body. This all works on phototherapy, photosynthesis. I'm going to play a 2-minute clip which explains exactly how the low light wave frequency works. Here goes. Share sound. I forgot to do that. And there we are. Here goes.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
Okay, so LifeWave was established in 2004 in San Diego, California. It's a 19-year-old company. That was one of the first things that I asked George just before I joined. I said, George, how long has this company been around for? He said 19 years. And I thought, I haven't lived under a rock. I'm 48 years old. How could I never have heard of this company before? You know what? In life, it's all about timing. The right product, the right company will cross your path at the right time when it is meant to. Now, LifeWave is in 84 countries around the world and is also amongst the 50 fastest growing companies in the USA at the moment. This is something that also got my attention. Now, after COVID, the pandemic kicked in 3 years ago. I was also one of the, if you want to call it, the COVID victims. I had a very successful international children's toy company for the last decade. And just before COVID kicked in, I received a purchase order that made me thought that I won the lotto. You know, it takes 10 years to really get a company off the ground. And as it hit that turning point, COVID kicked in and my company closed down. A lot of companies right now are still feeling the aftermath. A lot of companies are still closing today. In fact, a lot of companies have downsized, as we know, and a lot of people's incomes are still sitting on half at the moment. Now, I don't know if you know many companies out there that are 10xing their turnover. That is literally unheard of in the world today. Guess what? LifeWave is one of them. The turnover went from $28 million in 2020 and 2021 to $280 million turnover in 2022. And they're projecting to do $1 billion in 2025. So we're definitely in the right place at the right time with the right product. Okay, where did this all start? This man is an absolute genius, David Schmidt. He is the CEO and inventor of LifeWave and X39. He holds over 130 patents. I'm going to explain that in more detail now. He's a scientist and inventor. In fact, his whole family comes from a line of inventors. In fact, I think they actually compete with each other. He's a two-time recipient in the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. Now, this is something that also my attention right in the beginning is the patent. Now, the reason why I found this very important is because in my toy company, I had a provisional patent, South African provisional patent, and my goodness, did that cost an arm and a leg. When I did the inquiry to find out what an international worldwide patent costs for a product, you're looking around about $1 million for a patent. Now, LifeWave doesn't have 3 or 4 patents, doesn't have 50 or 60, doesn't even have 100. LifeWave has got 133 international patents, which means that this is an exclusive product with no competition. In fact, LifeWave is in a league of its own. Now, we're in a Me Too world. There's many Me Too products out there. Listen, there's a lot of very good, high quality products in the nutritional industry, make no mistake. The only problem is you're always competing with different companies. In other words, my shake is better than your shake because mine's got this ingredient, yours doesn't have that, or my powder is better than your powder, or my pill and your pill. Here, this is completely different. Here, you've got a product that may not be manufactured by any other company other than LifeWave. So this means we've got a product with absolutely no competition. Another very important thing that a lot of people don't know about a patent is when you apply for a patent and you say that a product does X, Y, and Z, the product has to do X, Y, and Z. Otherwise, the patent would not be issued. That's actually against the law. All right, let me hand over to Sandy to talk a little bit about the patches and specifically X39. Sandy, go for it.
Thank you, Chris. Indeed. So while we're looking at the X39 stem cell patch, so you saw Chris fiddle around, show a patch. This one I've just pulled off my back. So it's true, the fewer stem cells we have, the faster we age and the slower we heal. And in fact, someone was telling me that in the New England Journal of 2006, that it was stated that the #1 indicator of wellness is directly correlated to the number of stem cells in the bloodstream. Now, when I looked at this about age 30, I thought, geez, I regard age 30 as really young. But at age 30, 50% of the stem cells are already dormant. And that surprised me. And at 60, 90% are dormant. So Eric says, we're lucky if we have 1 or 2 that are active prior to using the patches. So how does this X39 work? It's truly the holy grail of anti-aging. The copper peptide, GHKCU. So it's made of organic nanocrystals, which are formulated to activate your copper peptides, which reactivates your own stem cells. So we're putting nothing in the body. It's non-invasive. It's not a transdermal patch. And I'm just going to stop here a moment. So some of my clients are in comas and partly comatose. So 2 of my clients have been to India twice already for stem cell therapy at a massive cost. So it's the cost of the stem cell therapy, as well as there's at least 1 family member or more, and 1 or 2 carers who travel with them. So it's the flight, the accommodation, food, the stem cell therapy and everything at a huge cost. And they spend weeks there. And in fact, one of my clients, every time he was given stem cells, he went into seizures. And neither of them have had any results at all. So, non-invasive, non-transdermal. And the adhesive is hypoallergenic and 3M grade. If by any chance you react to it, it's no hassle. You just put it on your clothing so that the stem cell, the patch, lies next to the body. It works equally as well. And what does it do? It activates stem cells which produce rapid pain relief. Now, I'm going to be going through a few examples. So at our own home, Chris, Lucinda, and I saw a young man of 24 with no injury, but sitting and studying and not moving around in excruciating pain. Put the patch on. I looked up, saw a change in his eyes, said, what's happening? He said, the pain's relieving. Chris, remember, gone in 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
I've seen, yep. I know of someone, 5 minutes after 2 years of sore knee. I know of someone who I put the patch on, 2 hours, no lower back pain. He's broken his back 3 times. Chris experienced changes, not in pain, but after a few days. Lucinda and I took some weeks, which I'll be discussing. It also reduces inflammation. Now, it's not just inflammation of the body, it's also of the brain. So what is Alzheimer's, dementia, and that? It's also inflammation of the brain. And we talk about inflammation. It supports wound healing, and we'll be showing you pictures. Energy and vitality, absolutely. So many people speak of that. And in fact, at 9:30 one night, my friend Annelie phones me. She says, Sandy, I've got so much energy. I'm spring cleaning the house. I thought she was going to spring clean her husband Hannes out of the house. But that's how much energy she had. Mental clarity. Chris, you talk of paying. You're happy to pay 10,000 Rand a month just for what you're experiencing. Eric, it's improving all the time. It definitely enhances sports performance and faster recovery. So Eric and I are no longer chickens, but we go to Pilates and we work on the equipment. And we have private session. And both of us are working faster, far more advanced techniques, standing up on moving equipment. And we recover far quicker. In fact, I miss the sore muscles. I love that feeling, but no longer. It improves skin appearance, and we'll show you pictures.
Oh, thanks for that, Sandy. I just want to attest on the mental clarity. You know that one is my favorite. And you know what? You saw end of last year, we walked a long path together last year, and you saw the stress that I was under and the burnout that I hit in October, November last year. A lot of people that were close to me started making comments and said, Chris, you're looking tired. I literally had black rings under my eyes. I was working 14, 15 hours a day, working myself to a bone. And it was about October last year. I was actually on a Zoom call, and George, funny enough, thank goodness, I'm so grateful that George was on that Zoom call, and he saw how tired I was, and he sent me a message. He sent me a WhatsApp while I was on a Zoom call, and he said, "Hey Chris, you look like shit." And I'm like, "Excuse me?"
And you did.
Thank you. I just said, oh, geez, thanks for the compliment, George. He said, no, I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm concerned about you. You're not looking healthy. You're not looking good. He said, listen, I think I've got something that can help you. He sent me some information, and when you're busy, went over my head. And he sent me some more info, went over my head. And then eventually, about the middle of November, he sent me a voice note telling me about a friend of his that was suffering from tinnitus and that had very good results with tinnitus. Lucinda suffers from tinnitus. I thought, hang on a second, yeah. And then also, he was telling me about Harvey, where Harvey and Olga, their son, suffering with autism, age 8 years old. And they went last year to Mexico, not once, but twice, to get stem cell injections. And like Sandy said just now, it was the extra costs. They spent $22,000 last year with no results. $22,000. And the patches in 3 weeks has made a massive change in their child's life. You'll hear the story shortly. So very quickly with myself, I got onto the patches. I put them on the 26th of November last year. On day number 5, it felt like a veil had been lifted off my head. I was sitting on the balcony outside, and I said to Lucinda, I said, the trees look greener. And I looked up and I said, the sky looks bluer. And she was like, what? I said, I've just got this amazing mental clarity. In the interim, it took about 4 weeks. My energy levels increased. And the funny thing is, something that I didn't notice, I'm actually going to mention this. A lot of times something is happening in your body on a subconscious level that you may not be currently aware of. And it took about a month and a half that I noticed. I said to Lucinda, I have not taken my dizziness tablets, my motion sickness tablets. I've been suffering from vertigo for a good 5 years. And I would take motion sickness tablets, Medazine or Stigaron, and I would take them about 3, sometimes 4 times a week. In the last 6 months, since I've been on the patches, I have not taken one of those tablets. And also, as you mentioned, the gray hairs going away, the skin looking smoother. So that's my testimony. I've had really, really amazing results, and that's why I'm so passionate about LifeWave.
I would like to add for Sandy, when you're talking about the gym, I sent Chris the videos, maybe he'll post them, but there's 3 ladies in my Spanish group, 2 70-year-old ladies and 1 84-year-old lady, and they were at the Spanish championships for self-defense, and they won prizes for their, I mean, unbelievable. The whole, your sports stadium, all the young people were I mean, when you hear the clapping, it's amazing. They said they said it was the reaction to them, and that's all because they have been using the patches for 6 months, and the energy is quite amazing.
Yeah, indeed.
You shared that. Thank you, George.
Yeah. So how do we wear these patches? So we wear them 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and there's a good reason for that. We talk about, I heard Dr. David talking about attenuation, and I love George's description with coffee, but this is mine. Imagine a bell curve. So attenuation is it works, it gets to the top of the bell curve, and now it dissipates. Take it off. Give your body time. Now the body kicks in and it starts to repair and rejuvenate overnight. So I was talking to someone today, he says, I'm wearing it every night. Now some people are happy wearing it at night. I said to him, geez, I would wear it during the day. That's what I do. How are you sleeping? He says, come to think of that. Anyway, so he's going to wear it during the day. And then they say, throw the patch away. But us South Africans, we drag every bit of life out of it. So we stick it back on the back. And then the next day, we put a brand new patch on. And then we use the other one. Maybe you've got a titchy wrist. Or, as Bridget does, she puts it on the inside collar of her dog or cat. And it works really well. And you can wear more than one patch at a time. So we wear one X39 at a time. But you could wear one of the subsidiary patches or 2 or 3 of them at the same time. And the key is to drink plenty of water. And that assists in communicating the different frequencies, but also with detoxing. So what I do in my practice, I treat using hands and frequencies as well as equipment. So when Chris told me about the patch, I fell in love with it. And I understand the importance of water and frequencies. So this is the principle I work on. If you weigh 50 kilograms, you drink 2 to 2.5 liters of water. Coffee doesn't count. If you're weighing 80 kilograms, you need a minimum of 3 liters of water. Yeah, minimum. And I always listen to Dr. Ali, and I think Dr. Ali is just a little bigger than I am. And she has 8 glasses of water a day and 4 cups of herbal tea. So that gives you some idea. And the patches were trialed behind the neck and below the belly, but you can actually put the X39 anywhere. So in the first 24 hours, 3,000 to 4,000 genes begin to reset. There's antioxidants that flow, and there's decreased in inflammation and for sure an increase in energy and joy. And we often talk about it when we get together at patch parties. The frequency and the vibration's high. And I believe it's because we're on the patches. I really do. So let's move on. So within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. Yes, physical changes occur. PTSD, anxiety, depression start to increase. What Chris spoke of, foggy brain disappears. Now, you may not be experiencing anything at this stage, but we do not know where it's working and repairing because the stem cells go to the area that's needed. So I always talk of a triage basis. You're having a heart attack, you've got a fatty liver, and you've got a cold. Where the stem cells going to work? Go to the heart. So it's busy working, regenerating organs. So at this point, Chris had had some great results. Lucinda, nothing yet. So let's move on. So yes, drink lots of water. So within 3 months, there's active stem cell repair. Now, Eric and I have just completed 3 months. I haven't taken photographs yet, Chris. I wish I had. So there's a collagen increase, Wrinkles begin to decrease, hair and nails grow faster. So my nails, for the past 30 years, I file twice a week because they grow that fast. Eric, once a week, is now doing it twice a week. Dr. Linda said she's having her hair cut every 3 weeks now. But it's also working with skeletal and muscular systems. Now, as we age, those systems, not just the organ and the skin, which is your largest organ, but they also start to decline. So at this point, Lucinda experienced distinct changes after 7.5 weeks. And honestly, she looked like at any point of the day, looked like we dragged her out of the pool. And suddenly the hot flushes disappeared. So Eric and I have experienced subtle changes, but week 11, there were changes. And I'm telling you this so that you can understand. There can be changes in seconds, minutes, days, weeks, whatever. And now, within 6 months, there's a reverse of aging. And I love this. 14 out of 15 people is not a big group, but it's 93%. And they've proven vascular age is reduced by 8 years when you've been on the patches for 6 months. That's phenomenal. And as David says, it's not anti-aging, it's age reversal. And that's not just face, that's organs, that's everything. And that's what's so important. So again, David recommends a 90-day protocol. And make sure you're well hydrated. My personal belief, I think I like the Chinese method. 3 months plus a month for every decade of your life. So the older we are, the longer we need to use it. And let's take note of subtle changes. Chris forgot he wasn't taking his dizzy tablets. I asked a friend, how are you doing? He said, little change. I said, how are your headaches? She hadn't had a headache, but she was on drips regularly. So we forget these things. So this website, please photograph the screen or make a note of it. This website will show you the patents, the clinical studies, testimonies, and in the bottom left is a translate button. When you click on that, every country we're in, all the flags show, and South Africa has 3 flags there. The first one shows the whole website in Afrikaans, and the other 2 in Xhosa and Zulu. Amazing stuff. Please look at this. So now, have a look. Yes, we'll be going to other pictures. I was going to say, look at the first picture. That's in school. So this is the thermography of a brain of a 77-year-old woman. So what does red indicate? It indicates inflammation, doesn't it? Have a look at the difference after 3 weeks. There's a tiny bit of red at the top. And after 6 weeks, the inflammation has disappeared. That's what we need, and that's her brain. So what's happening in her body? These pictures are showing a change in 30 minutes. Have a look at the hands and the person's back in 30 minutes. Eric's taken the patch off his back, stuck it on that knuckle that was sore, 5 minutes, pain gone, stuck it back on his back. That's what we see. Have a look at the horse. On the left, you can't believe it's the same horse. And again, you can see how the inflammation's reduced. This was a different patch, took long. I believe if the horse had been on X39, but X39 is only 3.5 years old. If it had been on that, I reckon it would have got a result much quicker. You can move on. And I love this picture. And I'm hoping this is the change I'm going to experience. This is what Jan's hoping for as well. Look at the difference after 42 days and after nearly a year. It's phenomenal. And here, crow's feet, you can notice the difference, just 45 days. I love this picture. We all comment on not just her whole face changing, but look at her eyes, not just the eyelids, but her eyes are lighter and there's more life in her eyes. And that's after a year. This woman's skin, I'm astounded. Dramatic change after only 9 weeks. Have a look at the mouth and neck here. Again, 5 months. She looks much younger and happier, in fact. The vitiligo, wow. It's phenomenal. And I know of someone with vitiligo right now, much milder. Bell's palsy, 3 months. I put a friend on it, and day 1, she could feel the difference in her eye. 1 day, Chris, she could feel it. This man, we don't know what happened. It's hectic. He's got 3 patches on. But have a look after 7 weeks. I mean, he looks 30 years younger. His skin's firmed up. It's smoother. And he's healed so well. A young man, just 5 days. That's a snowboarding accident. Even so, tiny bit over here. It's excellent. This woman, to me, her legs look young, if I may say so. So I'm dealing with someone who's somewhat older with psoriasis. She hasn't had the result in 10 days. But within a month, the quality of her skin improved. She herself says she's an emotional eater and she was eating all the wrong foods. Now we're seeing changes. So give it time. You can see, I'm pleased that guy hasn't stitched me, but the scarring's improved a lot in 12 days. This finger, the whole fingertip got chopped off. So you can see it's a little kid. And again, the doctors will agree, 21 days. My word, that's phenomenal healing. Hair growth, that's what we see. You know, whenever I look at hair growth, I think there can't be that much else wrong in that body for the hair to take priority. So, yeah, another one after just 6 weeks. And have a look at this guy. My goodness, that's dramatic change in 3 months. So at this point, I'm going to ask Chris to take over. George, to take over.
Yeah, then we hand this one to George. George loves explaining this one.
Yes, George does this well. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you. Why do I love this one? Because I love stories, and I heard David tell the story of how come LifeWave is how it came about and how it turned into a network. So he was working for the Department of Defense. He'd been contracted. Well, he did something to do with a submersible. Don't know exactly what. And then they contracted him to work on a product so that submariners and SEALs didn't need to use Red Bull and caffeine type of products. So he worked and developed the first patch, which was called Energy Enhancer. The towers went down, and in his words, the Department of Defense had other priorities and there was nobody answering the telephone. So he thought, what will I do with what I've discovered, my invention? I'll take it to the public. And he set up his company, and while he's thinking, how will I market it, radio ads, TV ads, I think he did one set of TV ads or renting shelves in stores, traditional marketing as a company does. He had a conversation which was fairly random with a guy who was a networker who said to him, I think it was on an airplane, and who said to him, very interesting, can I introduce you to a doctor friend of mine in California? That doctor and David spoke, and later he did lots of work with that particular doctor. That doctor introduced him to the man who was doctor for the Olympic swimming team, who introduced him to the coach of this team, Michael Phelps' team at Stanford University. So 3 weeks after that first conversation, he found himself patching this team of swimmers. They won a huge amount of medals. Their medals were questioned because of the patches. He had to prove to the US anti-doping and the Olympic Committee that there were no pharmaceuticals going into those bodies. It passed, and they got their medals. So that's the. I love this story because everything here we're sharing something, and in the sharing we're often telling stories. In the sense that I just told you the story about the ladies who won this competition. Sandy told us a story about some of her patients, and I told Chris the story about my friend Julian with the tinnitus that reduced 50% within 2.5 hours. So, this whole LifeWave, I don't want to use the word just now business, but this whole LifeWave business works and grows with stories. Anyway, that's the story of how the first patch came into existence and how LifeWave turned into a network instead of a traditional business. Here we've got Sean May, who's I don't really follow any ball games, so I don't really know him. Basketball, American basketball. David Beckham, even though I'm not a footballer, I've definitely heard of him. I'm a motorbiker, so this one interests me much more. And this guy is using the X39, not the Energy Enhancer. Energy Enhancer was the first patch. X39 came out just over 3 years ago. So that's
awesomeness. Oh, thank you, George. Thank you so much for that story. Yeah, it's amazing. This thing called synchronicity. Everything happens for a reason, as it's meant to happen at the right time. All right, many of you have heard of Tony Robbins. He's an international author, public figure, public trainer. I've actually got his book. Look at this. Look how thick this book actually is. This book is huge. It's massive. I think it's how many pages? 650 pages. He wrote this book and published it about this time last year. New book called Life Force. And in chapter 2 and chapter 3, he talks all about stem cell therapy and peptide therapy. And he was one of those people that used it and actually got very good results using it. So he completely believes in stem cell therapy, and that's why he's written all about it. But the biggest thing is now we're talking about a gentleman that's like probably a billionaire, and he's even saying that traditional stem cell therapy is hellishly expensive. You're looking at anywhere from $7,000 to $100,000 for a series of injections. And as Sandy mentioned earlier, most often international travel and accommodation. You would add that as well, where the LifeWave stem cell patches are effective at a fraction of the cost. Something that's really funny, I'll tell you a story. End of last year, when I'd been on the patches for, I don't know, probably about 2-3 weeks, I went to go see a friend of mine, Stephen, and I went to go and have coffee with him. So we're sitting having coffee, and I'm bouncing around like a Jack Russell. I've got my sleeve out, I've got my patches out, I'm telling him all about it. I'm saying, oh my goodness, this is so exciting. Yeah, touch this, hold it. And he puts his hand away. He didn't even want to touch my patch. Nothing. He pulled back. And I thought, right, that's very strange. So I gave him the envelope, didn't want to touch it either. I said, okay, Stephen, have you got any ailments or anything? No, I'm healthy. You don't want to de-age? No, I'm happy with my age. I thought, geez, okay. So I left it at that. Finished coffee, got home. Lucinda said to me, how was your meeting with Stephen? I said, very interesting. He rejected me to my face. He didn't even want to touch my patches. I thought that was strange. But you know what happened? His wife bought him this book for Christmas. He sends me a message on the 28th, 29th of December. He goes, Chris, those patches that you're telling me about, send me more information. I want to get involved. That's amazing. I can talk till I'm blue in the face. That meant nothing. But Tony Robbins says something about it. Then all of a sudden, Stephen goes, okay, tell me more, tell me more. All right, so very quickly on the patches, we've been talking a lot about the product called X39. Now, X39 is our flagship product, the product that was launched 3.5 years ago. That is the proper stem cell reactivation, copper peptide technology. There are supportive products. We have the sports product. We've got the one for extreme pain. We've got the sleepy patch, which I use from time to time. Amazing, amazing product. Then we've got Aeon, which is for stress. That one, I've got a newfound respect for this product. My goodness gracious, you're having a bit of pressure, patch this on and you are cool as a cucumber. Stamina, extra stamina. Then we have one for immune system, another one for weight management. And then George was talking about the very first product that's called Energy Enhancer. I've got this one over here. I don't use this every day. I've got the Energy Enhancer with me. I think there's probably how many left in here. I've used this maybe 6-7 times only in the last 6 months, because I'm already feeling quite energized anyway, being on the X39. This is just for emergencies and extreme cases. Then the other three at the bottom here, we've got Nirvana for mood, the one for animals, and the one for skin. Those are the only three that aren't available yet in South Africa. So you're probably asking yourself, oh my goodness, what do these cost? Chris was talking about thousands of dollars. Nope, nowhere near that. The retail price for a sleeve of X39, that's for a non-member, the retail price is $149. And the other supplementary products, they retail for $79. And that is for one sleeve. One sleeve gives you 30 patches, which is a 1 month supply. Whatever country you're in, you've got to add your country tax and then obviously delivery. Now, why would you want to pay retail price when you can very easily pay wholesale price? All you do is you register with a person and you become a member of LifeWave. You don't have to share the product. You don't have to tell anybody about it. There's a place for everybody in LifeWave. If you want to, you can just register, become a wholesale customer and purchase the product for yourself whenever you want to. On the wholesale price, the product drops right down to $99 for a sleeve of X39. And then the other supplementary products go right down to from $49 to $69. And that's for a full sleeve. Right, so you're probably asking yourself, okay, how do I register? What does it cost to become a wholesale member? We have different kits available. This is the entry-level kit, which is what we call the bronze kit. That's $125, gives you one sleeve of X39, and that includes a once-off $25 enrollment fee. But the cool thing is, once you've registered, you're actually saving $25 immediately off the retail price. And then your next order and the ongoing orders, the X39 is only $99. And as I keep saying, that's for one sleeve plus country tax and delivery. Our most popular kit is the silver kit. The reason for that is for $300, you're getting 3 sleeves of X39, so you're getting $300 worth of product, and you save on the enrollment fee immediately. So when it's silver and above, your enrollment fee actually becomes null and void. That's all included. And that means that you're buying from wholesale price right off the bat. And then your next orders ongoing is only $99. Right, then we have the business builder kits. We got the gold kit, which is $500. And the gold kit gives you, it's 5.5 sleeves of X39 or 11 sleeves of supplementary. You're probably thinking, what am I talking about 5.5 sleeves? Do they take one and cut one of these sleeves in half? No, what it means is at gold, you get 5 sleeves of X39 and you actually get a free sleeve of one of the supplementary ones. Then we've got the platinum, which is $1,000, gives you 12 sleeves of X39. And then the diamond kit, $1,600, that gives you 19 sleeves of X39. And then for the 19 sleeves at that price, you're getting the X39 for only $84. So the pricing is really, really good at the diamond level. Also, you can upgrade your kit at any given time and you only pay the difference. So the cool thing is, say hypothetically speaking, you join at silver and you get your 3 sleeves. You get one for yourself, you get one for your spouse, and maybe for one of your family members. And then 2 weeks later, you go, oh, wait, I needed one for my parents, one for my mom, one for my dad or my granny. And you go, I should have actually joined at gold. No, because you've already joined at silver, you don't have to now join at gold for $500. Because you silver already, you only pay the difference. So the difference between silver and gold is only $200. So you only pay the difference, and that means you get the other 2 sleeves of X39. And it's exactly the same as you move from bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. I joined it at bronze on the Friday, upgraded to silver that next Tuesday. The month after that, upgraded to gold. Month after that, platinum, and then the month after that, upgraded to diamond. Right. So, in a nutshell, what we've just gone through, LifeWave is a company that is literally on its way up. It's hitting that exponential growth curve. As we mentioned, it's a 19-year-old company, went from 20 million to 280 million in the last 2 years in over 84 countries around the world. Sandy is just going to go through this slide quickly.
I love what David says here. You have an incredible opportunity before you today. The opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you. And it really is an entrepreneur's dream. It's an established company with cutting-edge science, 133 patents, and no competition whatsoever. You're not here by mistake. Tonight you're here for a special reason. Right place, right time, right product.
Oh, thank you for that, Sandy. You know, funny, you and I were talking about it. You know, you and I have worked on many projects together in the past. And one of the biggest things that actually got both your and our attention was the fact that it's been around for 19 years, because that one word into our head is the stability. We've been looking for stability for a long time now, and this is 2 decades worth of stability. Thank goodness, hallelujah.
For sure. And we also said we'd never work with products again.
No, right? But this is
But here
different.
we've got something special.
I was never going to do network again, ever.
Well, that we also understand. But
This is just so different and fun.
it is. It's completely different. It's wonderful.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a 6-minute clip, one of the most amazing video clips that I've seen in a long time. And what it does is it just takes everything that we've gone through and just basically summarizes. It's talking about where we are and where we're going. So this is 6 minutes. If you haven't got the popcorn, quickly take it out the microwave. I'm giving you 2 seconds. Come put the popcorn on your lap. Here goes.
It's not too often that an opportunity comes along that puts you in the right place at the right time with the right product. But that's exactly where you find yourself as you discover the power of LifeWave technology and the opportunity it represents for you. Our mission? To share products with the world that enhance the health, wellness, beauty, and longevity of every person we encounter. If that resonates with you, take a moment and imagine. Have you heard about the billions being spent in the race to cash in on the promise of stem cells? We're told the possibilities in the future for improving our health and wellness using stem cell science for big pharma are huge. But what if the future was now? What if you could be perfectly positioned to take advantage of the stem cell revolution today? Partnering with an established company with proven technology, using a business distribution system that puts you in the driver's seat now. Too good to be true? Absolutely not.
It's what the world wants. We don't want drugs. We don't want injections. We don't want surgery.
I've never seen anything like this in 21 years of being a doctor, anything coming close to doing what this technology does for people.
This is a pivotal moment in alternative medicine and in the future of technology and healing and helping people.
Stem cells are the future. As a wellness company, we needed to be part of the stem cell revolution. And with X39, that's exactly what's happened.
That's David Schmidt, LifeWave's founder, CEO, and inventor of X39, his latest breakthrough in what is wearable, virtually weightless technology.
I'm now 50 years old and I feel like 30 years.
In 2 days, X39, my knee pain was really gone.
That's a really fun thing to share with people because everybody is amazed by it.
What does X39 do? It harnesses light to elevate a copper peptide proven to activate stem cells.
We're bringing regenerative science to everyone, and we're doing it safely and inexpensively and with extraordinary benefits. So this is why we have such an advantage in the marketplace and what makes our opportunity for our business builders so enormous.
This is cutting-edge science with no competition that's safe, affordable, non-invasive, and drug-free. We have an X39 video that tells you all about the science, so be sure to watch it. But with over 80 clinical studies behind it and multiple worldwide patents protecting it, the science is settled.
It's a game changer. There is absolutely no competition.
You're not going to be able to find this in any other different company.
So where do you come in? Our distribution model is network marketing, an industry that approaches $200 billion a year in sales worldwide. People telling people about products and building teams of team builders that accelerate that word of mouth. It's big business, and LifeWave is growing fast within it.
It's very unusual that you would have cutting-edge science make its way into network marketing. But as it turns out, because our products produce immediate effects, immediate benefits, sharing the product face-to-face makes it the ideal way to share the technology.
The only thing you have to do is go out and share it with people. That's it.
You don't have to be a medical doctor like me. Everybody can do this.
You try the patch and you love it.
The reaction that people give us is like, wow.
With warehouses now in multiple countries, distribution in over 100, and the capability to manufacture millions of units per month already in place, LifeWave is ready for you. Just think about who you know and all the people they know that would like more energy without the buzz, to reduce or eliminate pain, to sleep better, all without drugs, to look and feel younger without risky procedures. The list of benefits using our products is long. The market's vast. Are you starting to get the idea here? You're on the threshold of something significant. I mean, think about it. This is an opportunity with global reach where there's help and support alongside you every step of the way, and it's all fueled by a science that has no competition. As a member, you have an incredible array of marketing support, training, and business services that allow you to focus on what's important, spreading the word about LifeWave and helping us expand.
The growth in the future is going to be fast because of X39.
Once you learn about the X39 and you see what it's doing for people, for me, I feel like it's an obligation to share it.
Today, more and more people are really looking for solutions for a better lifestyle.
Everybody wants to look younger, everybody needs more sleep, wants to have more energy, wants to get rid of pain.
And LifeWave is fun because you're making a difference in people's lives. It's not a little difference, it's a big difference.
LifeWave gave my children their mother back. When you're able to move someone's health as much as we can with LifeWave, see what change that make into people's life, that's amazing. It is. You can literally change someone's life. And I love that.
So there you have it. Look, whatever you want, however high your goals, however big your dreams, it's all possible with LifeWave. So be sure to get back to the person who suggested you watch this video and get started today. Try X39 or one of our other fantastic products so you can learn for yourself what all the excitement is about when it comes to LifeWave. Whatever you do, though, be sure to get started today because the clock is ticking. The time is now. You don't want to miss out. We're building LifeWave to $1 billion company. Let's do it together.
Okay, that was a million with a B and a capital B, billion. That is a lot of money. That is huge. And like I said, we are hitting an exponential growth curve right now with LifeWave. And, you know, something that I really love about LifeWave is that this is product-led. Many of us have been in the network marketing industry. We've all been with different products during our lives. And, you know, a lot of people go, oh, no, not network marketing. Network marketing has been around for over 100 years and factually has made more millionaires than any other industry in the world. That is fact. A lot of people are starting to see network marketing for what it is and for what it was actually designed for. And It was designed for products and companies with integrity. And that's one thing that LifeWave has got is integrity. You just listen to a recording of David Schmidt. Like I told you, that man is an absolute genius, absolute genius. And, having somebody that's leading this company to where we're going, it just gives you that absolute peace of mind that we're going to be here for the next couple of decades, that I can tell you. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. As I mentioned just now, what I love about it is, this is product led. The old days of phoning a person up and saying, hey, guess what? I've got a business opportunity to share with you. Oh my goodness, if somebody did that, I would run for the hills. Myself personally, as I mentioned, I joined LifeWave last year, November the 24th. I have not spoken to somebody upfront talking about a business opportunity. All I've spoken about is the product and what the product has done. And you know what? The business follows on its own. I think you'd agree with me, Sandy.
Yeah, absolutely. I fully agree with you. I really do.
Yeah, completely product driven. And, I'm going to, before I go on to the next slide, I just want to share a very quick story with you. In January this year, a friend of mine by the name of Debbie, she saw a post that I put on Facebook. And Debbie's been suffering with lower back pain for just over 10 years now. And she sent me a message saying, Chris, I've seen you with all these different patch parties and patching people. Tell me more about it. I think I mentioned something about pain and sent her some information. I actually had a sleeve of X39 with me at home. And she said, I'd like to purchase it. So I said, not a problem. This is the price, $149 plus VAT and plus the shipping. She put the money into my bank account. I went to PostNet and I shipped it off down to her. And 3 weeks later, she sent me a message saying, Chris, my pain is 75% gone. 75% just using the X39. When we were talking about the product earlier, you saw the two different places where you put the X39. You either put it on the back of the neck or 2 fingers below the belly button. That's just where the clinical trials were done. With X39, you can actually put it anywhere in your body, anywhere where the pain is. And so Debbie put the X39 on her lower back. So she said, Chris, I'd like to order another sleeve of X39. I said, Debbie, I've got an idea. Let me send you my referral link. You can actually register. You can become a member of LifeWave and you can get the product at wholesale price. So she said, yeah, but I don't want to do the networky thing. Don't want to share this with other people. I said, Debbie, you don't have to. This is just so that you can get the product at wholesale price. He said, not a problem. I sent her my link. She registered, quick and easy. It was delivered directly to her house within a couple of days. And then she ordered again online. And then I think it was about maybe 3 months ago, Debbie said to me, Chris, where do I find my join link? I said, your join link? Why are you looking for that? I thought you don't do the networky thing. She goes, no, but Chris, I'm telling people and people are seeing the difference and they want to register, they want to join. I said, but oh my goodness, what has changed? She said, Chris, this is different. I said, right, that's exactly what we say to people. Guys, this is completely different to anything out there. Completely. Product, if we're not selling it sells itself. We talk about the proof is in the pudding. Here at LifeWave, we say the proof is in the patch. The proof is in the patch. All we do is have fun, patch people, they get results, and people can join. That's what I love about LifeWave. There's a place for everybody. There's a place for everybody. If you want to come in as a wholesale user to get the product at a cheaper price and share it with a couple of people here and there, that's completely up to you. So, now we're talking about making a move. In the world that we're living in right now, people are struggling at the moment, and people are looking to make an extra buck, hustle. What are people doing out there? Because nowadays, if your salary is not increasing by more than what inflation is, and we know that inflation is sitting at over 10% a year globally right now, people's incomes are not going up by 10% a year. which means that you are actually starting to farm backwards. In fact, we all know Warren Buffett he's one of the wealthiest, second or third wealthiest man in the world. He made a comment saying, if you don't find a way to make money while you are sleeping, you are going to work till the day you die. That is pure fact. We talked about, do you want to be pain-free and do you want to be financially free? Also, Albert Einstein says, doing the same thing day in and day out and expecting a different result is the height of insanity. So here we've got the opportunity to do something different, but this is different on so many different levels, So what I'm going to do is we've just covered the full presentation, and that video clip goes through quite a lot at the end. What I'm going to do is, if you are on the call and you're interested in turning this into an opportunity that can literally change your life. As I mentioned, I joined LifeWave on the 24th of November. I've been part of LifeWave for 6 months now. When I joined, it was me, myself, and I started sharing it with people, just telling people about the product. And I've got a team now of over 800 people in my structure. I cannot believe the growth and how quickly it's just hitting this curve. And it's hands down because of this most amazing product that we have. I'm gonna show you now how there are 4 different ways that you can make money through LifeWave. Myself, I'm beyond grateful. I'm currently earning right now a passive income of over $1,000 a week. I was just thinking when I joined, I could do an extra $500 a month. I would be over the moon to earn $500 a month and then build myself up to $1,000 a month. I would be extremely grateful. I never thought in my wildest dreams that it would be $1,000 a week. It's getting very close to over that $2,000 a week, and I am beyond grateful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spice things up. I'm doing things a little bit different this evening. There is a 15-minute clip by Mike Hernandez, who is a senior presidential director in LifeWave. These people are, let me tell you something, the most amazing human beings I've met. Excitement. I'm talking about Jack Russells with 2 tails, next level excitement. And the amount of money that these amazing human beings are earning is life-changing, completely life-changing money.
I want to add something here. You see, when I hit 1,000 people, and this is counterintuitive, I said, okay, that was one of my first goals, was to have 1,000 people in my downline. I just checked, it's 1,101. So,
okay.
So very exciting. But what my first goal was to have 1,000 people in my downline, and then I could see, obviously, I hit 1,000. I go sort of moment to pause and breathe, and I see, okay, 1,000 people. That's showing this kind of money in my bank account. I believed, Mike, when I first came across this on the first call I had with somebody, I said I need to speak to somebody in this company, and I met Javi, and Javi brought Mike on the call, and Mike said something to me. He said, I get testimonials, amazing testimonials every day. And I believed him, but at the same time, I'm cautious. I went, yeah, right, okay, I believe you. I get amazing testimonials every day. So think about this. Amazing testimonials every day. 1,000 people means a lot of amazing testimonials. And this much money coming in my bank account, same sort of money than Chris. Some weeks he's made more money than I've made. So I said he can send me the ticket to come visit South Africa. Other weeks I've made more money than him. But anyways, so 1,000 people, endless testimonials. So this is the bit that's counterintuitive. My response to that is go make a fortune, because the more money you're making with this, the more people's lives you're affecting. I have people telling me every day, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so humbling. And at the beginning of this call, I said, this is the most miraculous story that's come across me, or that I've come across. And I just, repeat that.
I agree with you, George, when the amount of people, the gratitude that goes such a long way, and we're helping people with their health, their wealth, their from so many different angles. So many different angles.
And let's say this, Chris's business suffered with the COVID. I had 3 projects, 2 of them, one completely went to pot because it was for the restaurant business. 2 years talking. We were about to have a billionaire put $1.5 million into it, open it in America. The head of the UK Restaurant Association wanted to present us to all the top restaurants in the UK. All fell apart because all the restaurants were closed. Anyways, I don't want to say, financial freedom, yeah, absolutely. But for me, the best way to describe it is my financial anxieties are receding. And that's for me the best way to describe it.
I agree with you 100%. We were talking about that earlier. No, George, thank you. And I'm so grateful that you kept persisting with me. You turned my life around. I'm grateful to you. I just want to say thank you. Sandy, thank you for an amazing presentation. You were on fire. Absolutely beautiful presentation. Now, guys, don't go away. The next 15 minutes, pleasure, Sandy, pleasure. The next 15 minutes can literally change your life. Here goes.
Hey everybody, this is Mike Hernandez. I am a Senior Presidential Director with LifeWave, and today we're going to be breaking down the 4 ways that the company pays us. I'm going to start with the first order bonus, which basically is a bonus that we get every time you sign up someone. According to the bundle that they purchase is going to determine what kind of bonus you're going to receive. All right. So every single time that you sign up someone as a bronze, you're going to get a $15 bonus. As a silver, you're going to get $50. Every time you sign up a gold, you're going to get $100. $150 every time you sign up a platinum, and $200 every time you sign up a diamond. All right. A couple of things to keep in mind. Sometimes a person might sign up on a smaller bundle because of their financial situation, right? In other words, sometimes somebody might come in as a bronze or silver, but when in reality they want a gold. But this is what they're able to do right now. So anytime someone signs up on a bundle, the company allows you to make an upgrade, do an upgrade. Anytime, there's no time limit, right? So if you sign up someone as a bronze and all of a sudden they upgrade to a silver, the company is going to give you the difference at the time that they upgrade, which is about $35. If they signed up as a gold, as a silver, or maybe they upgraded to a silver, now they want to get to gold, the company will give you $50, the difference at the time that they do the upgrade, okay? Another little thing to keep in mind is that when you sign up as a diamond, all right, these bonuses here remain the same, all right? These don't change. But when you are signed up as a diamond, instead of getting $150 for signing up a platinum, you're actually going to double that bonus. In other words, your bonus is $300, not $150. Another thing is when you're a diamond and you sponsor someone that signs up as a diamond or upgrades to a diamond, instead of $200, the payout is actually $500. So it's very, very lucrative to come in as a diamond if you're able to do that. A couple of other things is that as a diamond, it covers your first, second, and third month of auto ship. There's no minimum purchase required for the first 3 months. There's no minimum purchase required up until the 4th month, okay? And another little thing to keep in mind is this. Maybe you come in and you signed up as a diamond and you sponsor Joe, who sponsors Mary, who sponsors Gary, who sponsors Michael, all right? And all of a sudden, Michael comes in as a diamond, right? Well, you didn't sign up, Michael. You sponsored someone that sponsored someone that sponsored someone that sponsored someone, and he came in on diamond. If no one between you and the person, doesn't matter how far down the generation, if no one between you and that person comes in as a diamond, well, this person here is going to get their $200, right? Because they're not diamond. The company will look on its way up on the line of sponsorship, looking to see who is the first diamond. In this scenario, you or I would be the first diamond. So they look, oh, this person's the diamond, and they get the additional $300. Pretty neat. We're constantly getting bonuses from folks that come in depth, and no one between me and that person came in as a diamond, and we're getting those constant bonuses. And another thing is, same thing applies for platinum. If this person was to come in on platinum instead of diamond, they would get the 150, and they would go look for the first diamond, and we get the additional $150. So come in on diamond if you can, because it pays better. Okay, now we're going to talk about the second way to earn commissions with LifeWave. This is the binary, right? This binary comp plan pays you up to $25,000 per week for everyone that you sponsor, everyone that they sponsor, on and on and on, infinity. And also, this also includes the people that might come from our upline, overflow that we might get. So we get paid for everyone the exact same way. Now, what you need to keep in mind is, remember the bonuses that we just mentioned on your first order purchase. The first purchase that the people you sign up on, according to the bundle that they sign up, they're going to get that bonus. But in addition to that, every single bundle generates volume. Bronze generates 77 points. Silver generates 165 points. Gold generates 275. Platinum 350. Diamond 610 points. So you got to think that all these people are coming in on different bundles. The more people coming in, the more bundles. The more bundles, the more volume. Every single time you generate 330 points on the lesser of the two sides, we always have one side that's greater than the other, because one side is always going to grow faster, stronger than the other. It's just nature, the nature of the business, right? For every 660 points that you have on your greater side meaning there's more people on that side, therefore there's more volume getting paid. For every 330 and 660 that's generated, this is considered a cycle. And for every cycle, we get paid $50, right? But in an example like this, where maybe somebody here came in on a diamond, 610, this guy comes in on a silver, 165, this guy comes in on gold, 275, right? Plus their auto ship, right? Volume is volume, whether it's their recurring purchases or it's their first order purchase, right? Volume is volume. So the more people, the more bundles, the more volume. Every time you cycle is $50, but obviously the more people, the more volume, this will continue to grow. So when you get to the point, as a result of everyone bringing in product, that volume will continue to grow. If it's 330 times 2, 660 times 2, you're going to make $100. But for the sake of this example, let's just say we went 10 times that amount. Meaning, instead of 330, you now have 3,300. Instead of 660, you've got now 6,600. So now you're making $500 for that week. And these guys continue to grow, bring more people. It's not just a result of what you bring, it's a result of anyone who comes into the business. Again, whether it's from your upline coming down or your downline bringing more people. The more people, the more volume. All of a sudden, you go from generating 3,300 points and 6,600 points to 33,000 points and 66,000, right? How fast? That is all determined by how aggressive you're out there sharing the business, right? So now, 33,000 points, 66,000 points, you're making $5,000 for that week. And guys, this continues to grow up to $25,000 per week. As a result of maybe you just sponsored 5-6 people, right? Don't think that all these people have to be brought in by you. For the example, let's just say you brought in 5 people. That bring in 5, that's 25 people that you're getting paid on. 25 bring 5, that's 125 people that you're getting paid on. 125 that tell 5 people, that's 625 people. And that's how this begins to grow and grow and grow. And you can reach the cap of $25,000 per week, which is over $1 million per year, guys. Trust me, we know that you can do it, because if we've done it, you can do it too. Okay, welcome to part 3. Here we're going to be talking about how to earn money from your retail customers and your preferred customers, okay? First things first, in order to become a preferred customer, there is a $20 one-time fee that you pay in order to get the benefits of preferred customers. What are the benefits? Number one, you're going to get the product at retail price. You're going to pay, you're going to get the product at wholesale price versus retail price. In addition to that, every single month, the company is gifting you different samples of different patches that they carry, all right? So, number one. Number two, retail customers, they have no obligation because in this case right here, one of the requirements is not only to pay $20, but to also to be on auto ship. In other words, they need to get a monthly purchase sent to their house automatically in order to be qualified to be a preferred customer. A retail customer does not pay the $20 and they have no commitments. They buy what they want, when they want, if they want, but they're going to pay retail instead of wholesale. So, retail is $150 for one sleeve of X39. When coming as a preferred customer, they're going to get the wholesale price of $99 versus retail. Now, every time we sign up a preferred customer, we're going to get $20 for every sleeve of X39 that they buy. In addition to that, we're going to get 43 points. That's going to be placed in our lesser side so we can get paid on that volume, or those points can go towards helping maintaining you active. In other words, you can potentially build a business without having a minimum purchase required every single month because you allow the volume of your customers to maintain you qualified versus getting paid on the volume because the company will put it on your lesser side if you happen to be active that month, all right? So we get $20 plus 43 in volume, so it's over $20 technically that you're buying every single time that they buy, all right? As a retail customer, you're going to get the difference between wholesale and retail, which is $50, and in addition to that, you're going to get 77 points, which again can go towards maintaining you active, or if you are active, the company will place that volume in your lesser side so you get paid for that volume this week. Now, something to keep in mind is that as a customer or preferred customer, you always have the ability to get your product for free. All of my customers and all of my preferred customers and all of my retail customers can potentially get their product for free for simply sharing it with 3 people who also come in on the program. 3 people who also are buying retail. This will allow them to get the product for free. They're no longer paying for their product because they share with 3 people. But that now allows the company to keep the commission because technically there's no commission to be paid, right? So we're no longer going to get our $20. We're no longer going to get the $50 from these customers. That's the bad news. The good news is that we now get that bonus times 3. In other words, I'm going to get $20 from the 3 people that they brought in that cost them to get their product for free. But I'm going to get the 43 points on all 4 people, right? Those 43 points are going to again go on my lesser side, so I'm going to make extra volume, or they can help me maintain active, right? Same scenario over here. I'm no longer going to get the $75 from that one gentleman, but I'm going to get $75 times 3, right? Because of those 3 people that cost him to get the product for free. And now I'm going to get the 77 points from my one personal customer, and I'm going to get the 77 points times the 3 people. So it's extremely lucrative. And also keep in mind that that can continue to duplicate and duplicate and duplicate. The more duplicates, the more income we are generating. Okay, welcome to the 4th and final way on how to earn money with LifeWave. This is the generational check match, one of the possibly most aggressive parts of the compensation. Basically, for every first generation, the first generation is basically everyone who you have personally enrolled in the business. To date, we have about 77 people that Sai and I have personally sponsored into LifeWave. So that means that we have 77 first generations, right? So, in addition to the fact, I'm not going to draw on 77, but you know what I mean. In addition to the fact that everyone's volume is helping us generate income on the binary up to $25,000 per week. In addition to that, for every single dollar that our personals earn on the binary, the company is going to match it and pay us 25% of it. So if this gentleman here is making $100, I just made $25 for his income that week. The company pays it. They don't take it from our personals, right? If this gentleman over here made $1,000 this week, we just made $250 for that week, right? And if this gentleman over here is making $10,000, that's $2,500 that we earn in addition to everything else, because he is earning that from the binary. And remember that you can earn up to $25,000 per week. So anyone that I help get to the max of $25,000 per week, we're making $6,250. Guys, there's no limit on how much money you can make here. So keep in mind, this is just your first generation, right? Now, second generation is these people here that we brought in, who they brought into the business. It's their first generation, our second generation. For everyone that we sponsored, who they sponsor our second generation, and for every dollar that they make, so if I sponsor 77, and let's just say for argument's sake, for the sake of the example, they sign up 10 people, that's 770 people on our second generation. For every dollar that they make on the binary, we are earning 20%. Extremely lucrative, right? So from those 770 in this example, everyone who they sponsor are now our third generation. And guys, we make an additional 20% from everything that they earn as well. Extremely, extremely lucrative, extremely, extremely exciting. That's why we want to help everyone win in this business. So guys, these are the 4 ways you can earn money. Go out there, patch the world one person at a time, and the rest is history. The beautiful thing is, you don't get paid based on how much you know. You get paid on how many people you expose to the product and the opportunity. So let's go out there and make a lucrative business.
That is what you call a next level network marketing structure. When I saw that, I was like, I got what you call LifeWave insomnia. So this is completely, absolutely next level. So guys,
I just want to say, when I understood that last one, I went, wow, this is unlimited. And there's 2 things here, or 3. Number one, Chris is in my second line, and recently I've been receiving from him $140 to $190 every week. So thank you very much, sir. But that means that the more I support people in my structure, the more I help them to be successful, the more I'm successful. So that I like helping, but it's also very nice the feedback in terms of the money. However, when one, I'll tell Sandra's story a little bit. Sandra, when she came in, she said she got the vision, she could see this, but she didn't have the money. So she came in and with the starter pack, and by inviting people, she got the money to go from bronze to silver to gold. And are you director already or about to hit director?
Working towards it. Towards it. So, I didn't structure properly up front. But you know what? We live and learn.
Yes, of course. So, but what I'm saying here is then when you understand that, and when somebody who says, there's one person in my structure, a person who needs money rather desperately, who says, I want to do this, and I can say, okay, I'm going to support you, and I help you, and you bring people, and we do calls, and we help you to talk to those people, and we help them to talk to other people, and one can help somebody who's got a very difficult financial situation, turn their financial situation around completely, especially with that 4th part of the plan. That's something that I saw. I think I saw Javi jump on the call, but he disappeared. I guess he's in a bad signal. Okay.
Well, I'm going to finish off with saying, you know, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. That is the most important thing. So, George, thank you. Thank you so much for everything. Sandy, thank you for an awesome, awesome presentation. And guys, we'll be presenting the same place, same time, same link. We're here to present and do the work for you. So all you do, invite people onto the Zoom, let us present for you. And then tomorrow, don't forget the training. Agreement number one, be impeccable with your word. And George and I are going to discuss how you can bring those beautiful spiritual concepts into your business. And then we're going to be talking to people, having a bit of a Q&A, and people can share with us how they've used those agreements into their business.
Kavi just got on the call.
Kavi popped on.
Yeah.
Kavi.
Let's see.
Well,
see if you can say hi, guys.
Okay, popped in.
Yeah, he's unmuted.
Just before we close off. Kavi, my brother, how you doing?
What's good?
Cool. So, guys, this guy behind the white thing here, Javi, is the person that I spoke. When I first started, I said I need to speak to somebody who's been in this company for a while. And when I met him, Javi had just been in LifeWave for 4 months, I think, and he had this amazing result with his autistic boy, with the stem cell patch. Well, they'd been twice to Mexico, as you heard, with a huge expense, but the patches did more than the injections. His boy's dream was to be able to get on a swing and to ride a bicycle, and he was able to do both of those within probably 6 weeks of starting the patches. And then Javi said, I've got to tell the whole world, on StartX39, you can see 80 clinical trials. Now, I read 2, and that was quite enough for me, the medical words and so on. A friend of mine, he's from the medical laboratory world, he read all 80. I said, Javi, did you read any clinical trials? He said, I didn't read one. I didn't need to. I saw what it did for my son. So that's, he's here in somewhere in the traffic, it looks like in New Jersey, because he's bouncing.
Javi, say hi to everybody.
Unmute.
Tell the new people your story.
Okay. But listen, I'm sure I wish I was on this to see Sandy and Chris rock and roll with this presentation. I missed it. I had another meeting, but I'm sure it was amazing. And if you have an open mind and an open heart, you'll understand why everybody's so excited about LifeWave and where they're taking it, you know. And it started with 1 and ended up in thousands because of the results of the patch, how effective the patch is, and the opportunity behind it is also even greater. But you know, George was right. You know, I didn't want to do this again. I was 1 foot out of the door. I was good with public speaking in schools, but when I saw what this patch did to my boy, and it was years working with him, trying to get to where he is now, getting stem cell injections overseas, not once but twice. And here comes a little patch the size of a quarter that changes the game of everything. And I'll tell you right now, I give a damn if it did anything for me. What it did to my boy was enough. You know, we spent thousands to get the results that we have now because of a patch, huh? And I don't have to go overseas anymore to do it. I don't at all. I'd rather pay $99 than $8,000. What do you think? You know, and you know, it's a no-brainer to me. But as a parent, you do anything to have your kids to have a quality of life, right? So, you know, all this does, these testimonies that you heard on the Zoom, makes you think, holy crap, I got something I need to share with people, you know? And that's what George did. And that's what Chris did. And that's what Leanne did. And that's what Sandy did. And I could go on and on and on, and Lucinda did. And it started with 2 people. And look what it ended up, 14 countries. Oh my goodness. Talk about movement here, huh? And, you know,
20.
hey, if you look, 20, sorry.
20 countries.
Mistake. 20 countries.
I love
My
it.
bad. but you know what? Hey, who's counting? You know, and all I care is about the people who's making the difference to, and the people that we're going to help, and that's what means more to me than how many countries that we're in, guys. So if you're on this call,
with 20 countries, we're helping more people in more countries. That's the point, and we're raising the frequency in more places.
There you go. And more importantly, look what's happening in South Africa. Okay, look at the movement that's happening in South Africa, where all these leaders here who are starting this movement, led by George, by Chris, by Sandy, by Leanne, and everybody else is here. Man, they're changing lives one person at a time. You know, and think about it. The more you share this patch, how do we get reimbursed? How do we get what do we get reciprocated? Better emotional health, spiritual health, physical health, and financial health. Can't you use any improvement in any of these four? I needed all of them. I added a fifth one just in case. Okay? Just in case I missed something. But imagine improving all four of these things in your life because of a patch and the group that you're getting involved in. Listen, I've been in this profession 15 years. I have not seen so much passion in a group of people than in this group right here. Okay? I like to call the team Passion Fruit, but they're not. They're 3-3-3. But I rather change it to Passion Fruit, but they won't let me. You know? But hey, listen, have an open mind and an open heart. This business will change your life, revolution in your life forever if you just give it a shot. You have nothing to lose. Nothing. You have everything to gain. And you have all the resources here of the people who utterly want you to succeed, folks. Seriously. So I don't want to take much of your time. I know you've been on the Zoom call for a while. Get to the person who invited you today because they saw something in you for you to be the missing piece of the puzzle that everyone is building here. Okay? I always say yes, tell the world, and figure it out later. Okay? Say yes, tell the world, and figure it out later. All right, guys? I pass the baton back to George.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kavi. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for popping on. Unexpected. We didn't expect to see you. Like, yay, lastminute.com. So good seeing you. Thank you, brother.
Spending your money for going to get stem cells, you can spend your money to come to Spain and South Africa.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Soon. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for taking the time out. It was an absolute honor. Sandy, you rocked. Can't wait to present with you again. Guys, enjoy. George, thank you. Kavi, thank you.
Thanks,
Good night, everybody. Chat soon. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.